I mean by read to write and write for your reader, that plenty of students are not really doing this. They may be competent readers and they don't tend to struggle with reading. But when it comes to writing, they're missing many of the key ingredients that they would need to produce in their texts. So it seems like when they're not reading consciously, they're not actively looking at what is required to make a good text, and then they're not carrying that through to their writing either. So if we are getting students to notice and appreciate what goes into a text, then they're more likely to write more competently and write with their reader in mind, so that their reader is clear on what this text is about and what it's for. When there's little or no reflection of how students read or write a text, the experience becomes very passive for the students. And when it's more passive, it becomes more temporary. And there's plenty of missed learning opportunities there. And really the lesson, or that moment in the lesson, is poorer quality than it needs to be. If we do reflect, we make that process more transparent. And then if we know what strategies we used with a text, either to read them or write them, we can use these again and again. So we're basically creating autonomous learners in our classrooms. And I think specifically for reading and writing, teachers really need to get the students to reflect. Because if they don't look at that crossover between a written text, how they're reading it and how they could write one of their own, then they're not understanding the ingredients that are necessary. And if they don't have that, it doesn't read well. And therefore they're not writing for their reader.